Another music festival, another round of illegal drug overdoses, and then comes the inevitable calls for government-funded pill testing, quote, to save lives. But nowhere do we see law enforcement cracking down on the organisers of these music festivals, which are not music festivals, they're nothing more than drug festivals, let's be honest. And nowhere is there messaging that's needed to tell young people that taking drugs cooked up in a backyard lab by crime gangs and bikies is playing Russian roulette with your life. Mark Morri is the crime editor at the Daily Telegraph, and he joins me now for a closer look at this. Mark, thank you for your time. I mean, it's almost like the Australia Day, got to change the date thing. We get to every summer, these festivals come into town. They make hundreds of thousands of dollars off our young kids. We have these incidences, these overdoses all the time. But nowhere do I see these organisers being shut down. Do I see the police and backed by politicians stamping out this sort of behaviour?
No, that's right. It's, as you said, it's just every year we see it. You know, we've had 2 deaths at a music festival, people who'd attended recently. As you said, Melbourne, you had the horrendous, prospect of, I think, 8 or 9 people at one stage were all critical. Luckily, that figure improved. But what's happening is you see these people, if they're taking the drugs, and it's not just the drugs, it's then what happens at the music festival, which is spurred on by the promoters, and they're dehydrating. So with the combination of the drug, the pill testing's not going to tell them not to dehydrate. But, the pill testing will say, gee, yeah, you go and have a good time. And then what happens if you've taken a drug that all it's going to make you do is your behaviour becomes even higher risk of actually hurting yourself.
And look, you might have one pill that's tested, but you might then go on through the night. You've lost your inhibitions. You're already dosed up. You'll have something else that hasn't been tested, or you'll mix it with alcohol. I mean, why aren't we just sending a stronger message to young people? Don't do it. I mean, what sort of music festival is it that you have to be so high to even enjoy it?
I think maybe the billboards should be showing the deaths. I think there's been, I don't know how many deaths. I know at one stage we had 6 deaths in 18 months. A few years ago, which prompted, again, those calls for pill testing. Luckily, the Gladys Berejiklian at the time strongly rejected those appeals by the coroner and other people. And we also, again, we're having renewed push now amongst certain members of Parliament for pill testing. And hopefully the Minns government has said that they're not going to do it unless they have a drug summit, and they're definitely not going to do it this term. As you said, it just sends... It really, the drug dealers love it. They love the fact that, people, say that you can go to these festivals and drugs are going to be there. We've already basically decriminalised drug possession at music festivals, which I don't think is really helping the situation of what's going on at the festivals. Well, as you said, just go along. Why can't you just dance or listen to the music?
Yeah, look, it staggers me, you're right, because we've stopped the police putting the dogs out there, because I think there was a worry that the kids would just swallow a whole lot of drugs to hide them from the police. But, we're so tough on cigarettes. I mean, I can't go to a pub and light up a cigarette or sit there while anyone's eating and have a cigarette, and cigarettes are legal. But we're completely soft on illicit drugs. We've got this huge crime issue with vapes now. In Victoria, of course, we've got the firebombing of all these tobacconists because they're apparently not towing the line and selling the illegal product that all the bikie gangs, the chop, that all the bikie gangs want them to sell. I mean, our priorities are warped.
They are. I mean, you've got, I think at least one murder has been linked to that war that you're talking about down there over tobacco shops. We've got our cocaine wars going up here. There are kidnappings weekly, if not nightly, that we don't even know about over cocaine. We have had not a lot of problems with the illegal tobacco at the moment, but I'm sure that'll come. As you said, we go and make a legal product, we price it to the point where we create an illegal trade, yet at the same time there's this push for an illegal trade to have more legitimacy, and one that we know is killing young people very, very quickly.
Good luck with your push to keep this in the focus, Mark. We need to talk about it more and more. Thank you for your time tonight.
Okay.